A total of 8 people have been a part of Metallica over the years. In this video, we'll be ranking them in order of smallest to largest ego. Number 8, Ron McGovney. Metallica's original bass player was not known for being assertive, and so his bandmates walked all over him. He wasn't treated as a respected member of the band and was constantly hazed or exploited. Lars would use him as his own personal chauffeur, and Dave Mustaine once poured beer on his bass amp, giving Ron an electric shock. He eventually left Metallica, and his experience left such a bad taste in his mouth that he lost interest in music and sold all of his gear. Number 7, Robert Trujillo. Known for being a humble and adaptable bass player who is willing to work within the musical and creative framework dictated by his bandmates. Professional, very technically skilled, and easy to get along with. His entry into Metallica helped balance the band's dynamic and made them more effective. Number 6, Kirk Hammett. Arguably the most likable Metallica member, Kirk is open about his lack of egotistical tendencies. He plays very aggressive and heavy music, but his personality is more similar to that of a surfer dude or a Zen monk. But that doesn't mean he's passive when it comes to the music, as he can be very opinionated and has no problem voicing out his concerns. One example was when he argued passionately with Bob Rock about including guitar solos in Saint Anger. Number 5, Cliff Burton. Metallica's founding bass player was always grounded and humble. He didn't buy into the whole self-centered macho rock star image. However, when it came to his art, he was uncompromising and intense. He adamantly refused to follow trends and always called out inauthentic music. Number 4, Jason Newsted. When he first joined the band, he was willing to suppress his creativity and ego and just be a hired hand. Lars and James continuously tested his limits, like when they cut him out of an entire album. When he started a second band to re-channel his creative energy, they told him he had to be entirely committed to Metallica, even though they weren't allowing him to contribute. This was the first major ego clash he had with his bandmates, which led him to become the second bass player to leave the band voluntarily. Number 3, James Hetfield. In the early days of the band, he was known for adopting an exaggerated alpha male image, and would often come across as domineering. He's especially known to clash with Lars over creative control over the band, and during the making of the Black Album he stated he was happy that Kirk and Jason were around. As if it was just him and Lars, they would have driven each other insane. When Metallica was recording Saint Anger, he had to leave the studio earlier than the others to attend rehab and therapy, but didn't want to let the others work on the music while he was away. This led to an angry confrontation with Lars, who wanted to work for as long as he wanted. James has, however, changed quite a lot over the years, and deserves recognition as the member who has had the largest change in ego. Number 2, Dave Mustaine. He was kicked out of Metallica after just 2 years with the band. The official reason for this was Dave's substance abuse problems and violent behavior, but it's possible that Lars and James felt that their own positions in the band hierarchy would be threatened if they continued to have someone as dominant and outspoken as Dave as a bandmate. This expulsion angered Dave greatly, so he channeled all those emotions into his music by starting Megadeth. Dave remained a respected guitarist, and Megadeth was very successful, but his ego wouldn't let him get over being kicked out of Metallica. He is still very resentful towards them, and in interviews he's famous for constantly claiming credit for Metallica's success and repeatedly trashing them as people and as artists. He might even be the originator of the Lars is a bad drummer meme. Within Megadeth, Dave is known for being difficult to work with, which caused many of his bandmates to either quit or get kicked out. As a result, Megadeth has more ex-members than the other 3 Big Four bands combined. Number 1, Lars Ulrich. Known for being outspoken, argumentative, and sometimes quite petty, he famously fronted the Napster lawsuit in the year 2000, where hundreds of thousands of Metallica fans were banned from the platform. This saga painted Lars as self-righteous and greedy, and he was widely criticized by fans and other artists. He is also known for being a dictator about the band's musical and career decisions, and always inserts himself into his bandmates' decision-making process. This caused a special tension with James, who is also very protective about his art. While his ego-driven actions have hurt and insulted many people, his approach to music making is what solidified Metallica as one of the greatest heavy bands of all time. So that's my ranking of all past and present Metallica members in order of ego. If you would like to share your opinion or express any disagreement, Feel free to let it be known in the comments.